reason why we're doing this is yesterday we ran out of chicken food and we forgot to buy some. So we decided, let's just let them out free range. That will help us with the bugs. So we let them out and we're going to see how much damage they give us today. These chickens' first thoughts were, let's go dig through the compost.
Do you think we're gonna be finding chicken eggs everywhere today?
Probably.
The free range hens sound like they're having a great time finding exotic places to lay their eggs. Rabbits are jerks. Yeah. No. Is that more fur than usual?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll feel around. I don't think there's any babies, but feel around.
No.
I see one burrow. It has no fur whatsoever.
So I don't remember how many weeks it's been, but since we released our buck into the colony, our Lincoln, but it's been long enough that we should have seen babies. He escaped how many days? Like a week before we released him to the colony, or just a couple of days? Sam, do you remember? So it was, a week or so after he escaped into the colony. We assumed everybody was bred, and so we should be seeing babies. We do see one mom pulling fur. There is a slight possibility that they're hiding babies somewhere under the ground, and in that case we'll know in a couple of weeks, but we're just not sure why we're not seeing any babies yet. We'll keep an eye on things. It could be one, our buck is too fat. We overfed while they were in cages. You're supposed to really ration out their food. We didn't. So he might be one, too fat and he needs to lose some weight. Or two, we did notice he had some sore hocks, which we gave him plenty of resting places for his feet. So I'm not sure how that happened. So he could just be too sore to breed. Either way, hopefully we'll see some babies soon. You are a beautiful turkey. The turkeys are finding some apples that were in the compost. I'm glad that they're going through here, in Durango's old pen, and just cleaning up any parasites that might be in there. And our hope is to get a tractor borrowed and scoop all of that beautiful compost out and put it on the garden.
Compost is good for gardens.
It is so good for gardens.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Here's some more chickens. A few in there. We like that they help with the parasite control, so then the goats don't get any parasites.
I am accepting volunteers to come and help move my compost pile. I'm mostly kidding. Things to do today, I forgot that today is our first day of Homeschool Co-op. So these beautiful things on the counter are just gonna have to wait for another day. So we gotta go pick up Sarah from a friend's house and then head up to Co-op. And we're going to be late. We'll check back in. Whew, we made it. I was assisting in the gym in the PE class for all 3 hours. That was a little bit intense. How did you like your classes?
I liked him.
Was it good?
Yeah. I didn't like the second to last one as much.
What was that?
It was like geometric or something like that.
Geometric?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I didn't like how it was taught.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. But other than that, it was really good.
Well, good. How about you, Sam? You tired? How was it for you?
It was good.
It was good. How about you, Sarah?
Not very good.
Oh, stop it. She wouldn't go to her own class, so she stayed with me the whole time. Anyway, we'll be better prepared next week. I didn't know that was my class until today, so we'll make up some really fun things next week after the next adventure. And we're excited. We're excited to have co-op again. It'll be really great.
Yes.
You are on your own tonight for milking.
I am.
How do you feel about that?
I feel okay.
So how about you tell everybody what that means? Because we really haven't discussed it.
I have a job. the place we get our milk from, the little dairy across just down the road, they needed help milking, and so I said, well, I can do that. So 2 days a week I go over and milk cows, and I've been doing this for like 2 weeks now, and it's just been like training so that I can get ready and actually do it by myself, and today's that day that I do it by myself.
And she uses a milk machine, so that's nice.
Yeah, so it's only about 15 cows. 2.5 hours at most is what I usually, is my longest time, so
we'll see how she does tonight. And then Missy also has a job.
Yep.
And if you follow us on Instagram, you will already know this. But what do you do?
I bottle feed baby cows.
So Emma milks them, Missy feeds the babies, and my girls have jobs.
I thought you said Missy eats the baby.
Oh, no, we don't eat veal. But it's been a really good experience. I'm excited for them to have that working experience. And she's excited to go to work tonight. You can see it bubbling off of her face. We normally mix our own grains and we don't buy the pre-pellet stuff. But we're waiting until payday to be able to get all of the things that we need. And I don't want to drive down to the store that has the pre-mixed stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and just feed them some garbage. You think we'll need to go egg hunting, or you think they're all in here?
We should check the weird spots. We don't want to go in there and get it.
Just reach over. This turkey's just what?
just like shove their food into their mouth, like
I know, they're gluttons.
very gluttonous.
Hello, chicken.
That doesn't lay its eggs anymore.
I know. We've not had real
You're
good luck with the
useless.
Easter.
You're useless.
Euless. That's her name now.
Useless.
Our Easter eggers have not been very good chickens. I mean, they're good chickens. They're just not very good layers for us. We've had two. Expected eggs to be more all over the place.
Yeah.
Let's look in the goat feeders. Hello, Apple. Hello. Check in the goat feeders. You ready for work?
Sure.
Okay, let's go.
I need to hurry and go change my pants so that
Okay.
these ones don't get dirty.
Okay.
I'm sitting out here at the end of this very long day today, but I was just admiring these sunflowers we got out here. We've got a wonderful sunflower patch in front of our porch that I've quite enjoyed this summer, and it's kind of winding down, but I noticed these are what, hornets? They're all over, and they just hang out on these leaves throughout the day. And not just hornets or wasps, but honeybees too. And so it's a little unnerving when you're sitting on the porch and you know, right next to them, and you see them, but I think they're just resting. I sure enjoy these sunflowers. Maybe they look a little unruly, but I don't know, I kind of like that. So we've struggled with this with our chickens this year, the chickens and the turkeys, because we've got a lot of them, which is okay, but we haven't really found a setup that we like 100% to manage them with. So we've been trying, we've had a chicken coop for over 10 years now, and we just took that down. It served its time. It was kind of run down, and so we took it down, and we've been using alongside the chicken coop for a few years now the chickshaw as a mobile chicken coop, and I really like that idea, and the electric fencing. We move that around the property mainly for the bugs. I mean, they provide some fertilization, but for us it's been more about bug control, earwigs and grasshoppers. So this year we kept them penned up in the back in a large area with the chickshaw, and we didn't move them around. We kind of left them there. We moved them a little bit, but not all over the property, and provided them a much bigger space. And I can't decide if I like that or not. One, I like it because they're in one spot and I don't have to deal with moving them, because that netting is more work than I want it to be. And when it gets hot, I don't know, July, end of June, July, the ground gets so dry and hard, and it's really tough to push those posts into the ground for that netting. So it was kind of nice to leave it in one spot for that reason. But I do miss moving them around and taking care of all the bugs, so kind of not sure what to do from here, what we want to plan for in the future. I know that I need to get different electric netting because the stuff we've got from Premier One isn't working so well in our dry climate, as far as providing a ground in the dry soil that is there's just not enough moisture for it to provide a strong enough bite on the electric fence. And I've got to look at all of our options and see what we are. I haven't done that yet. The chickshaw, we've wondered for ever since we've started using it if it would be a viable option during the winter months, because it does get quite cold for quite a long period of time. But what we found is, especially this last winter season, which was a cold one, it wasn't a mild one, they did just fine in it. In fact, we gave them the option of the coop and the chickshaw, and they preferred the chickshaw. So that was very telling. So I'd like to do some sprucing up of the chickshaw and get it a little bit more, make it a little bit more robust, and maybe weatherproof it a little bit more. I mean, they survive just fine the way it is, but I'd still like to make some improvements. Playing out here again, huh?
Yeah. Dad, I think this would be nice to share a picnic. Also, I have a picnic.
Oh.
And some sourdough. We split it up. And we got some bunnies and some like little crackers and with bunnies. So that's what we have.
Cool. So the downside to letting all these birds out for the day is we got to get them all back in for the night. They've decided to roost on the rabbit fence. And the four-wheeler. And the table. I set up a little station so that I could sight in the rifle on our 22 after the badger experience. I decided I'd better tune that in a little bit better. And yeah, of course, it's been up for a couple days now. So I sat right here. The target's way out there. And this might be easier to herd them than I thought. You gonna jump out, or are you just gonna walk back and forth? Ah, smart. This little guy's gonna get processed this weekend. He's not doing any good sitting there by himself in a cage all day. These are all younger turkeys. The old ones are all back in the chickshaw. They made their way back just fine. Thanks for joining us today on this crazy adventure, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.